The best part of being a broker for me is securing finance that allows our clients to progress with their plans, and to follow their passion and what they believe in. How we work is we always look to have a face-to-face meeting with our clients, and from that we can really get to understand what their needs are, what their financial position is, and we've therefore got a better understanding of how to structure a deal for them. What I would then do is write a bespoke credit report on their behalf, which I would then get checked over by another director, so that we're giving it every opportunity to get the finance approved. I'd then present the case to appropriate funders that are known to us, and that we have a good relationship. So overall, that puts us in a stronger position to secure finance for our clients. I suppose the high for me for 2021 was, first of all, coming through the COVID pandemic, still being able to do business with clients. A particular transaction that stands out in 2021 was completing a refinance of nearly £2 million for a client that we'd been working on the deal with them for over 2 years, and it finally came to fruition, and that freed up capital for my client, and gave them a strong level of income as well. I think in these days, obtaining commercial finance is becoming increasingly difficult for SMEs. For example, if their own bank says no, who do they approach? And it becomes a minefield. I fundamentally do believe that SMEs need a specialist to work with them, who has the experience to present a strong case, and also has a strong relationship with the right sorts of funders that can help that client. The hardest aspect for me, I suppose, is when you have to tell a client that their deal as presented has been declined. Quite often the client is really keen to secure the finance, and if you tell them that they've been knocked back by a lender, that can be quite disappointing. Having said that, we always look to turn that into a positive. We assess the reasons that the lender has declined their application. We reassess, we look to mitigate those reasons for the decline, and quite often off the back of that we can go to another lender and actually secure them a stronger facility. The most unusual deal I can recollect raising finance for over the 11 years that I've been doing this now was, I had a local accountant approach me, and he wanted to buy a motorboat which was moored in the south of France, and I was able to secure marine finance for him, payable I think over a 5-year period, to enable him to buy his luxury motorboat. I'm proud of a lot of loan deals that I've completed over the years. One that particularly stands out is a client that was referred to me by one of the big 4 banks, and they were unable to assist, and the client was in a bit of financial difficulty, although they did have assets, and I was able to secure them development funding to develop 7 apartments in South London, and then off the back of that, once they'd completed the development, I was then able to refinance their funding onto longer term funding so that they could retain the assets. They had additional funding out of the asset and also had the long-term rental income from the apartments. So it was the client was delighted, and it was a win all around, and it was great to take that off one of the big four banks. The most common question I'm asked, this has to be when I'm having face-to-face meetings with clients, they generally always ask me, what are my chances of getting the funding? And I'm always honest with them, and it very much depends on, the overall strength of the proposition, what experience they've got, and what cash stake and available security they can put up to support the transaction.